Hi, the collective. My name is Aruna from All Change by the Minute. Video time. Yes, it's that time again, okay? Again, I took 2 days off because God told me already a few weeks ago that I needed to take rest. And that is what I'm doing, okay? Also, between the readings, I'm taking my rest because there are a lot of videos I already put on my channel, okay? So to watch. So if I'm not here, there's always another video to watch, and especially for the newcomers, okay? Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you that I can learn from you and you can learn from me, okay? That is what we need to do, okay? And I got a download from God, not only one, many of course, but I got life's a promise. Life is a promise, okay? And it is a promise. You are promising yourself, and I'm meaning for the ones who are wanting to learn, for the ones who are wanting the change, okay? But then again, it's a promise that we need to be making to ourselves, not only towards God. Unity, I heard unity, okay? And uniting, I'm hearing, okay? Yeah. We need to be uniting with ourselves, with our future self, with our higher self. So that's the messages which you are going to get, okay? From your whole spirit team, okay? Yeah. And again, do not ignore that. But unity, the wholeness, the oneness, okay, between you, yourself, and you, okay? That's what we need to create between ourselves. So life's a promise. Yeah. I heard life's a box of chocolates. Oh my God, sitting on a bench. Yeah. In that movie, okay, yeah. Life's a box of chocolates. But again, life's a promise, okay, yeah. And that promise is what you are making to yourself each and every day of your life. Maybe from now on, maybe years ago, maybe 1 year ago, it doesn't matter, okay? When we are starting something, that is what I heard. We need to be finishing it, okay? Oh, I heard finishing touch. Let me put my, where do I need, okay, yeah. Finishing touch. Okay, I'm typing my minutes for the title, okay? Yeah, for the ones who doesn't know. Yeah, finishing touch for someone, okay? So God is working with you, yeah, on the finishing touch. So there is, for the ones who I'm talking to, okay, a little more to be done. But then again, the promise which you are keeping to yourself and towards God, okay? A volume. It's a promise. And again, you heard me saying also, it's a choice what you are making, okay? I will not allow myself to lower my vibration anymore for no one, and especially not for yourself, okay? That is what we need to be promising ourselves, yeah. So, life's a promise. Each and every second, every day, yeah. Throughout until you're not here anymore. But then again, you will come back or not coming back. It depends, okay, on what God is deciding. I'm hearing, yeah. Elder, I'm hearing also, okay. Maybe for someone, yeah, elder. And you know, the elders are working from above, okay, from above. Just like in a series, okay, that show Charmed in the 90s, yeah. I like that. I like those witches. Witches. Working from the book of demon, okay, yeah. Book of shadow, yeah. Turning another page, yeah. And working on another demon who is coming into their life, okay. Slaying those demons, yeah. So we need to learn, and we need to be reminding ourselves that a promise that you are keeping, yeah, it's for yourself and towards God, okay, yeah. And I got something more, okay, yeah. Everything what you are learning, this is what I got, okay, these two. Everything what you are learning will be something different tomorrow. because I asked God, okay, life's a promise. I know, yeah, life is a promise, but can you tell me more? And this is what God gifted me, okay? Everything what you are learning, again, today, yes, yesterday, I'm not sure, okay, yeah, or will be learning, meaning the day after, yeah, it doesn't matter, okay? Because every day in the present moment, yesterday, tomorrow, will be different. As God shared that one already with me, tomorrow is a different day. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow will be different. Okay, yeah. So again, everything what you're learning will be something different tomorrow. And that is what I learned, okay? Every single time when I learned my lesson and every single time that I thought I learned something, the learning is so much on a grander scale. And that's why God is always talking about dream bigger, okay, yeah. Compromising. Did you compromise yourself to compromise, yeah, with another human being? It doesn't matter who it is, okay, yeah. Compromising too much, yeah, your life. But life is a promise. Again, we all have our truth, okay, yeah. It's always their story and your story, okay, yeah. Yours to tell, a tale to tell, I heard, a tale to tell, yeah. And their story to tell, okay? So you cannot jump into conclusion when hearing one side of a story of someone's connection. It doesn't matter what kind of connection with another human being, okay? It is your choice how to react, okay? Do not judge, again, not anyone, okay? No, just listen. And in my case, guiding, okay? Because, again, I don't advise, I'm guiding, okay? Yeah, yeah. Because, again, when people will be advising me, they better be, they should be on the level that God teach me to be on, I'm not sure what it is, okay? On level, yeah. I heard perspection, yeah. Mind-blowing, I'm hearing, okay, yeah. Mind-blowing, yeah. People will be, yeah, mind-blowing over you, yeah. So again, because you are keeping your promise, because again, this is your life, and you are upgraded. I heard upgraded. You are, or will be, or already, I'm not sure, upgraded, yeah. Illusions, I heard illusions, because the 3D, the physical reality is all about illusions, okay? Illusion, illusion, illusion. In my case, for me, that is not my reality anymore, okay? That's the physical reality, and I did a reading about it. That's the physical reality. The reality, what I am in, that you are not going to pick a side, okay? Yeah, do not judge. Be loyal towards yourself at first. Be, yeah, loving yourself, that promise that I have been making, okay? Towards myself, yeah? And towards God, yeah. And then I heard life's a promise, yeah? For every single human being, life is a promise, okay? But when we are not keeping that promise to ourselves, yeah, then your life will fall into shambles, yeah, because of the, yeah, physical reality. But then again, that's the reality that they know, okay? And again, I can understand that. I can understand it, okay? Because at one point I was living there as a 3D person, even though I'm empathic, I'm a giver. Again, I wouldn't be here, okay, when I was not able to share the gift that I got from God. Many gifts, okay, yeah. Because again, supernatural, I'm hearing, okay, supernatural things will happen. That I heard it is included, okay? It is included with your mission, with your purpose, your task, okay? And that is also a promise. A promise is a promise, okay? You cannot break a promise. If you cannot hold on to that promise, then don't promise anything towards a certain being, okay, yeah. But be clear also, because when we are not telling the whole truth, I will see it as a lie, okay? I will see it as a lie. Because again, I know how God's way is working, okay? Yeah. And how God was working with me and still is working with me, okay? Yeah. So, finishing touch, okay? That means there's still bits by bits, okay? Bits by pieces to learn, okay? But you're getting there. You're getting there. First card, okay? Following your bliss. Yeah, my soul sings with joy. See? Finishing touch, okay? You are getting somewhere, I'm hearing. You are getting somewhere, yeah. Following your bliss. Everything is a tune, okay? I'm hearing. A tune. A tune to remember. Even though you have to sing, and even though you have to dance along that journey that you have been taking and still are on, okay, yeah. Because I will be on my journey for the rest of my life. And that's why God is always sharing, okay, to me. So I'm sharing it with you. Yeah. The journey is much more important than the destination, because we are living, and when we are wanting to learn, we need to be in a present moment, okay? We need to be present moment. Yeah, again, everything which you are learning today will be something different tomorrow. And to comprehend that one, it's deep. It's very deep, okay? And people who are not understanding the level that I am working on with God, because God teached me my whole spirit team, okay? My whole spirit team teached me everything, the guidance, okay? The fighting, the battles, the protection. 1212. Yeah. This one I heard. Yeah, because when we are understanding our purpose, okay, mellow, I heard mellow, I heard mellow, okay, just soft and go, okay, mellow, going with the flow, being mellow, okay, yeah. That's what I heard. Mellow, yeah. We need to be mellow, okay? Don't fight, but fight, again, that reading what I did, okay? Yeah, maybe you need to listen to that one. Again, fight for your right, again, because it's your birthright, okay? What God is gifting you, God will also be gifting that, not the same thing. The promise, again, that's up to the other person themselves, okay? It's up to you, it's up to me to keep that promise towards yourself and towards God, towards your whole team, okay? Awakening ancient wisdom. Oh my God, see, that's why. The deeper, it goes so deep. Everything which you are learning will be something different tomorrow. And I will explain it. Why, okay, yeah. Deeper knowing and emerging within me. There are layers, okay? There are layers. You are filling your cup, and a cup will be so, again, look at a cup, okay? Yeah. I heard Ace of Cups. Yeah. Ace of Cups. This is your golden opportunity, I'm hearing, okay? Golden opportunities will be coming in your life. 30 minutes, yeah. And you need to be recognizing them, okay? Because that opportunity comes from God. Everything, who we are, what we are, we just creatures here, okay? Yeah, creatures. And God is creating with you. Yeah. And of course, you are a light worker, okay? Because most of the time, not most of the time, this is what God is wanting from me, okay? Because, again, we all have a task. Me sharing the story as a spiritual teacher, okay, as a messenger here on this channel. But it's also meaning that most of the readings will be for light workers, okay, yeah. And learning how to deal with yourself. because it's always a storytelling, okay? And that is what God is. God has a plan, okay? God has a plan. We all know that. But we are not knowing what the plan is for you and for me. I know it for myself, but I needed to learn that, okay? Every challenge, okay? Again, every trial, every tribulation, every enduring, okay? Yeah, it's a plan. I heard it's a plan, okay, that will succeed. Thank you, God. Thank you. It's a plan that will succeed. God knows his plan. Yeah. And God knows his light worker. Okay. That I heard chosen. Yeah. See? But why God is wanting me to share this, okay? Because again, I learned so many things and you will see a pattern in it, okay? In the spiritual, what we are learning in the spiritual, it's layer after layer after layer after layer. That's the foundation, okay? And you will never know what tomorrow will bring, because that layer of the reality that we have been learning today will be tomorrow a different reality, okay? But the layers can go so, I heard smooth, okay, at one point, thickening and hardening, okay, yeah. But the truth is, again, your soul. And the truth is, that's also what I heard, your destiny, but do not, okay, be in the present moment, especially when we are knowing things, okay, supernatural, the psychic abilities. You will think, what is happening with me? At one point, it came clearer, yeah, what was happening, okay? Yeah, because I was doing a meditation, again, a storytelling, okay? I was doing my meditation and I was already knowing about my intuition, okay? Yeah, and I was doing the things that God wanted me to do. I was surrendering to it, okay? Yeah. That is what we need to do. Again, the whole reading about the surrendering, okay? That is what we need to do. That's the life, your life, God's plan. Your life, God's plan. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, but we all have that free will. We all have that choice. When we are not making that choice to keep that promise, life's a promise, okay? Every single time, even though you are a karmic, it's a promise that you made, okay? Even though you're not knowing that promise anymore, that's why we need to be remembering. And that is what you will do as a spiritual being, okay? As a spiritual being, you need to be remembering your soul, your destiny, your whole being, your purpose, who you are, what you came to do on this planet, okay? Yeah. You are awakening ancient wisdom, okay? Because that wisdom comes from God. Again, another gift, okay? We're thinking that we are not, that God's not working with us, but God was already working with me, so I know it, okay? And God is wanting me to share the story that he wants me to share, okay? Because he was the one who's guiding me. My whole spirit team, again, okay? Yeah. Guiding me through the things until I came to the point now, okay? Now, because that is important, that I am sharing the things that God trained me to do, prepared me to do, okay? Yeah. And that's what God is doing for every light worker, okay? Yeah. Yeah. But we can heal ourselves, okay? With God, we can heal ourselves. Yeah. Because God, again, knows, especially when you are a light worker, you are also a healer, okay? Yeah. When you are child of light, you are a healer. I heard a shaman. Yeah. Yeah. For someone. So you are a healer. Yeah. And we need to be a healer, okay? Wounded healer, I heard again. When you are a healer, you can heal yourself. Yeah, because you are wounded and you healed yourself over and over and over again. And until there were so many layers to build, okay? Wounded, healing, wounded, healing, wounded, healing. This is what you are doing your whole fucking life. I mean, your whole fucking life. And we need to be understanding that. Complementary, I heard. Complementary, I'm hearing, yeah. Going inwards, okay? Going inwards, yeah. And going forward, okay? Forward bound, I'm hearing forward bound. Earthly matters, okay? These are the things that I'm hearing now, yeah. And again, I'm hearing closing chapters, okay? But again, chapters, cycles, okay? Cycle completed, yeah. Do not count the cycles anymore, okay? Yeah. Cycle count, cycle count, cycle count. No, because there are too many cycles, okay? Yeah, too many cycles. It will never stop. Again, to infinity and beyond. This one, mending bridges. Mending bridges, okay? So what God was teaching me, yeah, again, all the challenges, okay? All the signs, all the preparing, everything, the meditation, the training, the being a student. And a student I will be for the rest of my life because, again, God, you will be tested by God, okay? Over again and over and over and over and over again, okay? Yeah, yeah. And it's not only about one layer to learn, okay? When you've succeeded, okay, that one lesson, because again, one lesson can take weeks, years. It depends on how fast you are wanting to learn, okay? And again, divine intervention, yeah. When you are understanding it fully, okay? Okay, God, I know what you are doing. This is your plan. I'm understanding it. I'm going with the flow. I will keep my promise. Life's a promise, okay? Yeah. And bit by bit, you will remember your soul. When we are connecting with our soul, you will feel the soul to soul connection, okay? And even though people will not be on the same level as you are, because we all, again, have our level of perception. So their reality in their mind, and maybe in their heart, but that is the ignorant mind, okay? It is their reality. But then again, it is their reality. It is their truth, okay? It's not my truth anymore. No. And that's why I'm not resonating. Not even, I'm not sure how many people, okay? I left. Not only just leaving organically, but also people were dying in front of my nose, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Not my doing, okay? Not my doing. It's God's doing. God is knowing what you came to do on this planet. You are too important for Him to, okay, mess it up for you. So God is making that promise towards you, and life's a promise, okay? Every single time, that your whole life, again, is a promise, and keep that promise. When you are keeping that promise and focusing on that promise, okay, yeah, you'll get there. You will get there, okay? So mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. Yeah. See? Going into two worlds coming together. Look at the faces, okay? It's like an illusion, but two worlds will be coming together, okay? You are seeing a face over here, and you are seeing a face over here. And it's two worlds coming together. Yeah. Coming together, okay? And that is the bridge that you are building between those two worlds. And at first you will feel, okay, the pull to go into spirituality. Yeah, learning all the teachings of Jesus, okay, yeah. Again, mending bridges, okay, yeah. And every single time we are talking about layers of foundation, and that is the thickening and the hardening, okay, yeah. You will not get hardened. No, people will think that you are getting hardened, okay? No, but that is in a good way. God is working with you, and God can work in mysterious way, okay? You will get the gifts that you need because that is God's promise. As long as you are obeying to God, yeah, it's God's promise, okay? Being a messenger, being a light worker, it doesn't matter how God is needing you on this planet, okay? Yeah, chosen again. Learn to trust, I'm hearing, okay? Learn to trust and learn to let go and breathe, I'm hearing. Yeah, breathe, yeah. Being in the flow, see? Being in the flow, yeah. Mellow, just being mellow. When we are having peace in our lives, when we are having balance in our lives, no more troubled waters anymore. It's clear, okay? That glass of water, okay, with water needs to be crystal clear. That is what I'm seeing. Yeah, fully filled because you are gifting that love to yourself at first, okay? And that's why when we are going inwards, not only going back to our roots, okay? Yeah. Again, we were, okay, too much on the ground, okay? It's now time to come back above it, okay? Above it, yeah. There were too many layers to learn already under the ground, okay? But that is going within so we can go above, as within, as above, okay? Yeah. Meeting each other on that ground. And that's why we're talking about we need to be grounding ourselves. And that's what God told me just yet. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. See again, one more time. Everything which you are learning will be something different tomorrow. Okay. So for example, you heard a song. Okay. And you thought, oh my God, singing it with the lyrics, and that lyric was, you understood on a shallow manner, okay? But the more that you are going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper within, okay, to reach, okay, for yourself, finding your soul, healing your heart, okay? Yeah. Going to that conscious mind so you can again go to the subconscious mind. Because again, in the subconscious mind, the darkness is there, okay? Your own demons lying there, okay, yeah. And we need to be dealing with them. We need to be focusing on ourselves, because I know when we are focusing on ourselves, yeah, the rest can be important, but not anymore as important as it was, okay? Yes, we like to help people, but it needs to be, yeah, with a lot of patience and with boundaries, okay? Yeah. Contemplating, I'm hearing, yeah. Just be in the flow, okay? I am in the flow of the universe, yeah. Giving and receiving, I'm hearing. Yeah, giving and receiving, okay, yeah. I'm sorry about the card. So giving and receiving, yeah. We are giving and not, again, that we are expecting anything in return, okay? Especially the empathic ones, the givers, okay? Giver by nature. Again, it is in your nature to give. It is a gift from God. God, again, it's His plan, okay? It is His plan. And again, God is working in mysterious ways. And that is the layer that people are not understanding. Again, that is, they cannot see with their blinded eyes, okay? And they cannot hear when they are deaf, okay? And we're not talking about literally those two things, but spiritually, okay? Yeah. Because in the 3D, in a physical matrix, living an unconscious life, okay? An unconscious life. That's why people are sleeping, okay? Sleeping until they die, the day they die. And that is what is happening with people. A lot of people are leaving this planet, okay? Not in a good way, not in a good way. And they didn't work on themselves. Just like you are, at least I hope so. Just like I am doing, okay, yeah. And again, life's a promise that you made, okay? You made the deal, not with the devil in the 3D, in the physical reality, because Satan is there, yeah. And Satan can also be in the spiritual realms, okay, because they know all of them, their plan, okay, yeah, devil's plan. Satan knows exactly, okay, what to do. That is something, an ongoing thing, okay? Yeah, ancient, ancient, okay, yeah. But you have the wisdom, you have the eyes, you have the ear of God. So you're not going back. No, treating yourself right, I'm hearing, yeah. Not only that, because when we are going inwards, the inner work, okay, the inner self, the true authentic self, that's who you are. That's we all are our true authentic self, okay? Again, people with their unconscious mind and who are sleeping, okay? Again, I'm getting it, okay? But it's their choice, that is their life, okay? They're not keeping that promise. Life's a promise, okay? Yeah. Life's a promise. And when we are not keeping our promise towards ourselves, especially to our future self, okay? Yeah. It's not a happy time, I'm hearing, okay? It's not a happy time. So, again, when we are learning today something, okay, tomorrow will be different. And that is what God teaches me. Again, it's so many layers. Yeah, again, you will not be able to comprehend. At least I hope you do, okay? But there are so many layers of foundation that will not, again, crumble down. This is God's foundation, not Satan's foundation, not the devil one, okay? From, again, the physical reality, yeah. So tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow will be different, okay, yeah. Over and over again, yeah. Oh. Revealing radiance, yeah. Ooh, look at the pearl. My light illuminates the world. See, lightworker? That is who you are. Yeah. And we all learn things, okay? Look at the ones who are the real ones, okay, here on YouTube, who are downloading and giving you the messages that you need, okay, yeah. And you will see that they are being authentic, pure, okay, because they have been humbled. Many, even though they were humble, okay, they think they are humble. I'm talking about my own experience, okay. God will humble, okay, more and more and more and more and more until there's no going back. Yeah. Yeah. Again, most of the people will do this for money, okay, yeah. Yeah, dark magicians, I'm hearing. Dark magicians, yeah. And of course, we can get money out of it, okay? But then again, it's God's doing, not my doing, okay? Not my doing, yeah. As I am keeping my promise, God will keep his promise, okay? Again, you cannot curse a blessed one, okay? Blessed one. No. Even Israel, okay, the Israelites were blessed, okay, by God. And then, you know, Balaam, yeah, the prophet, yeah, he fucked up. But really, okay, he was a good prophet, yeah. But then again, he fucked up with God, okay, for a while, okay. And a donkey, okay, God spoke, okay, the angel spoke through that donkey, okay, yeah, and God spoke, yeah, with him because he didn't understand that Israel, the Israelites are blessed, okay? So you cannot do anything because this is my plans. This is how God is thinking, okay? Yeah, and I know it. Because me, personal, okay? And my whole journey, personal, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same, okay? Yeah. That is a system you will come into, okay? Integrating, I'm hearing, yeah, integration into that system, into God's plan, okay, yeah? Working, again, simultaneously, together, as one. That's why, yeah, together as one, and together we will be as one, okay, yeah, uniting as one. But first, you need to be going within, okay, learning who you are. Find your soul with God. Because again, as life's a promise, through God, God gifted me those words, and not only me being trained, okay, into that, who I am today, but tomorrow again can be different, okay, but God is also promising, and me also, okay, I can promise you, okay, that everything, you as a spiritual being, you as a light worker, okay, as long as you, again, are making the choice freely, I'm hearing, okay, freely, until you are humbled so enough, so that you will think, okay, I'm getting it, God. Every single time you will think, I'm not humbled enough. I'm not humbled enough. Not humbled enough. Even though you are humble, okay? Because again, level of perception, level of perception. And again, everything what you are learning today will be different tomorrow, okay? Yeah. So, life's a promise. Yeah, life's a promise. What's this? Yeah, look at a pearl. Yeah, glowing. So again, I did a reading. I'm not sure when anymore. Glowing even in the dark. Okay, glowing in the dark. Yeah, this is you. Because you are a true gem. You are God's true gem. And when you are God's true gem, okay, and when you are understanding that, you will get the right people, okay, in your vicinity, in your surrounding, because you have been working on yourself. Again, life's a promise. You made that promise with yourself, even though we are not knowing it. We living as a karmic being, okay? And being in a south node, those lessons, again, were also needed, okay? Yeah. But when we are going more and more and more and more into spirituality, mending bridges, okay? Until, again, two worlds coming together as one, okay? A new era, I'm hearing again. I talked about that, okay? Yeah. I talked about that, yeah? Yeah. Golden era. I'm not sure how many times God showed me the sign of golden era, okay? Golden era. And again, I will not know when it will come because it's God's plan, not my plan, God's timing, okay? So divine intervention, okay? It is never my timing, even though sometimes it's hard, okay? It's hard, especially when you are being gifted with the gift of knowing, okay? The gift of knowing, because again, those are also layers, okay, of foundation that you are building, okay, to develop more and more that voice that you are hearing, okay, that meditation, what I wanted to say, that I did, okay, at one point, okay, yeah. But before that, I was, of course, challenged a lot of times, okay. But the meditation that I did was about intuition, okay, and a video, okay. I put my earbuds in, and the moment I did it, silence, okay. And I felt the energy pull and push in my third eye, okay, over here, pull and push and pull and push, okay, yeah. Energy, okay, yeah. I heard energy vampire also, yeah. Those are the other ones, okay, yeah. Leave them, leave them. When you are dealing with those kind of people, you need to be leaving them, okay? Because again, this is your promise towards yourself. This is your promise towards God. Not someone else's life, your life. Life's a promise, okay? Yeah. Eye of darkness. So everything what you're learning today is different again tomorrow, okay? And I know that because I learned to do that, okay? I learned to do that. I will show the card to you, okay? But as I was learning, and God wanted me to be storyteller, okay, also one of the things, yeah. And God told me also, I'm not sure when that was, years ago, tarot, but that is something I know. Tarot, that's why I'm only having the oracle cards, okay, yeah. But then again, it's God's will and my will. I have a free will, okay, but I talk to God, yes. And then you can also, when we are working, okay, you can ask God, okay, and when it's good and when it's His plan, and He will think, okay, it will fit in my plan, yeah. He will think about it, yeah. This will happen to me, okay, because, oh, no, 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 God, I don't want to do tarot, okay, no, no. Yeah, horrifying. Being here on a YouTube channel, not anymore, of course, but yeah, horrifying, okay? Not show my face no, not right away. I was doing podcasts in the beginning, okay? Yeah, we all need to learn. But that was my learning process, okay? I'm proud of it. I did it, okay? Yeah. But it, again, God training me, my whole spirit team training me, okay? Yeah. And then again, even though I'm here a teacher and guiding people with a messenger, yeah, with being a messenger, I'm also a student. That's why I shared learning from you, okay? While being in the comments, learning from God, okay? Learning from myself, yeah. Many mistakes been made, okay? But when we are not making mistakes, how? How is it able that you will learn? No, when we are not making mistakes, you cannot learn, okay? You cannot learn, yeah. Oh, fine. Fortune cookies, I heard, yeah. Fortune cookies. Fortune cookies, okay. The eye of darkness, okay. Staying alert in the darkness of the eye of the night, I'm meaning to discover hidden truth, yeah. And more than the truth, okay. Because when we are going into the darkness as a light worker, okay, even though you are child of the light, okay, child of the light, you have the light within you, okay? So when you are going to learn in the darkness, because you are learning there, I heard volcano, everything will burst over there, okay, yeah. And just like the lava will go from the mountain, okay, yeah, bit by bit, yeah. Fire. Yeah, fire. And fire stands for passion, okay? So passion ignited, yeah. But then again, it can also burst the passion when it's not, okay? When we are being bitter and negative and we don't have the right mindset, okay? We need to have the right mindset, okay? Yeah. To be able to keep that promise, life's promise again, okay? Yeah. So we learn in the darkness and we are not giving up on our light. You don't want to give up on your light, okay? Yeah. That's what you're doing, okay? Learning in the darkness, those challenges, okay? Yeah. The enduring from the darkness in the light, from the darkness in the light. And again, all layers of foundation that you are building. I didn't know, okay? I didn't know. I thought, okay, me as a karmic, I didn't know what karmic meant. Just me, okay, as a person, yeah. Not knowing the 3D, the many dimensions, okay, not knowing. Yes, of course, we heard the words, okay, and that is what I'm meaning. That is the shallow meaning, okay, the shallow meaning. We are not understanding what it means for me now, today, okay? Because what I'm giving you today can be different tomorrow, okay? Because God is gifting me these messages, okay? Layers of layers, foundation building, okay? Yeah. It's like a building is being made, okay? Yeah. Cement. Yeah. Fortune, I'm hearing again. You are getting your fortune. Yeah. Eye of the beholder. So you can see, okay? Just like I did a meditation And people will say again, it's luck. No. Again, they never saw what you have been doing, okay? What you have been doing from the inside out. Again, as within, as without, okay? Yeah. 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 So, yeah. Even though it's dark there, you learned. Because again, wounding yourself, God knows you can heal yourself because God is the one who's giving you that gift, okay? That gift, even the being wounded, okay? I know, okay, years ago I saw, I'm not sure how to explain it, okay? But the wound, a real wound, okay? It's all symbolic, of course, but that's what God gifted me as an image, okay? Not only as an image, but movement in the image, okay? Yeah. Yeah, just like you're seeing a movie, but yeah, I'm not sure how to tell, okay? But a wound in the leg, okay? It doesn't have to be my leg, but in someone's leg, okay? Yeah. And it was being with, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The wound, yeah, it needed to be stitched, yeah, stitched, but then with fire, okay, with fire. And when we don't have anything to stitch with, okay, yeah, something else, okay, you can stitch it. Again, that's one of the reading I did. It will hurt like hell. Yeah, that reading, okay, in the banner. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we need to heal ourselves. Yeah. And when we are doing that in every moment of learning, okay, as I did it in my case, because I thought this is my life. And that was the best thing that I could do for myself, not knowing that God was already guiding me, okay? Yeah, not knowing it. Yeah, totally not knowing it. Clueless. Yeah, totally sleeping. Yeah, working with the unconscious mind. But I was already an introvert. An introvert are observers, okay? Yeah. And especially a Virgo, observing, seeing, okay? Being in your mind, thinking about it, how to deal with yourself, and understanding more and more and more about your own life until you're knowing that meditation, in my case, okay, what I did, I thought, oh my God, one time, what is happening here? And I thought, no, 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 no. No coincidences. I know, okay? Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And that's why we need to go back to our roots. We need to go back to find our soul and again, save our souls, okay? Yeah. And being happy again, being joyful again, being blissful again. Yeah. Abundant, harmony, peaceful, okay? Yeah. Mellow. Just being mellow, okay? Yeah. Just being mellow, yeah. In your life, yeah. Oh. Window of dreams. Discover the mysteries that lurk in dreams, because everything we're talking about supernatural things, okay? Yeah. So all of the gifts, yeah, God is gifting that. But the other ones, okay, in the 3D, they're not understanding your gift. They are knowing that you are knowing something, but they are not knowing where it comes from. And I didn't know where it comes from, okay? Yeah. I didn't know at one point and how to explain it. Yeah. But then again, it wasn't a time back then when God is learning us so many things and guiding us, okay? Whoa. You will see that everything is happening for a reason. All the small things, okay? All the small things that God was giving you in your life to teach you. Everything is coming together. Pieces of the puzzle, yeah. Yeah, jigsaw. Did that reading also. The pieces of the puzzle, not only as you, yeah, the whole world, okay, but you, because again, you are that piece of the puzzle uniting as one, okay, yeah. It's not only for yourself, okay? You need to be reminding that. Again, I didn't know because I didn't have a mentor. Only God, okay, only God, the universe. And even though I was being guided, I was being protected, still I am, okay, yeah. But not understanding it, where everything came from, okay? Yeah, until you have the understanding of the bigger picture. So you're not being kept small anymore. Yeah, but we are thinking that we are keeping ourselves small because of people, okay? No, when we are not pointing fingers and we are taking accountability, again, life's a promise, okay? We are taking accountability of our own actions and we are learning. It doesn't matter how slow it will go. At least we are learning, okay? Yeah. You will see by learning every day, okay? God told me something in Danish, okay? The fair, I'm not sure. I need to look it up. For real, for real. All the languages, oh my God, yeah. I need to look it up because I type everything down, okay, yeah. In Danish, I saw it on a banner with football, okay, football, yeah. Hver dag bedre. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it means every day better, okay? Every day better. Literally. Yeah, translate it. Every day better. Yeah. Hver dag betere. Yeah, that is what God is gifting me. Yeah. But we can look it up, of course, yeah. And this is how trained I am. And even though it is in another language, okay, the moment that my head is turning to something, I will know that's God's doing, okay? That's God's doing abruptly, okay? That's why I always talk about things that's going abruptly your face into a direction, okay? Yeah. Because that is a sign. You need to look there. You need to be looking there because God is talking to you. Even though it's not in another language, thank God we have internet, okay? Google Translate. Yeah, that's what I did. So I looked abruptly, okay? And I thought, oh my God, different language. But that's not the only thing, okay? God is also talking to me. Just hearing that voice in another language. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm not the only one, okay? Yeah. I'm not the only one. So when discover the mysteries, oh my God, I almost forgot this card. Too much downloading, okay? Please forgive me. Not only when I'm talking too much, but it's downloading, it's channeling, okay? Yeah. So when we are dreaming, it's a vision, okay? Yeah. When God is gifting us something, okay, we don't want to forget about that because that thing can come back, okay? That's why I'm journaling for years, okay? I'm journaling everything what I'm getting, the abrupt doing, maybe not just everything, but 99%. Yeah, I'm journaling, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm journaling, yeah. So everything is a mystery, okay? When you are working with God, when you are working with the universe, everything is a mystery for the people who are not able to work on your level. And again, it doesn't matter on what level you are. You are with God, okay? You are getting closer to God, or you're just learning to love yourself. It doesn't matter. When you that life's promise, okay, where is it again? Yeah, life's a promise. That promise that you are making towards yourself. Again, God is knowing what He's doing, okay? Because it is His plan again. And when we are understanding the plan bit by bit by bit by bit, okay? That's why every layer, every cycle, and again, do not count the cycles anymore because there are so many layers. Yeah, so many layers, so many cycles, okay? When you completed it, yeah, Just be proud of yourself. And then you will take a rest. Okay, I know that, between the learnings, and then God will give you another lesson. We can ask something, okay? We can ask something. God, please help me. Yeah, to do something, okay? Maybe to communicate, okay? Then God will give you the right person, okay? But it's not right away to communicate. God is knowing what you need to do before communicating, okay? We need to heal ourselves. We need to do our shadow work, okay? Yeah. Before you can communicate, just communicate. You are already communicating, telepathic communication between you and the universe, God, your whole team again, your ancestors, everyone in your spirit team, okay? Unknown shore, the unknown awaits you. Prepare to be challenged. And I know that prepared to be challenged, okay, yeah. And I said prepared because in my case, I already had that, okay, yeah. Prepared to be challenged, Lord. Yeah. Being tested, yeah. Challenge after challenge after challenge, okay. Again, when we are not being challenged, how are we able to change ourselves? How are we able to connect with ourselves? How are we just able to go within, okay? To teach ourselves, to love ourselves, to give the respect towards ourselves, okay? We are knowing most, not most, okay? When you are a light worker, you dealt. When you are a giver, okay, by nature, and when you can heal yourself, you dealt with an arc, okay? You dealt with the devil. You dealt with the devil in the darkness. You slayed their head, okay? With a sword. God is gifting you. But that's not literally, of course, okay? That sword is, again, stoicism, okay? Not only that, yeah, king of sword, yeah. People would think, okay, that being hardened, okay, yeah. That doesn't mean you don't know how to love, okay? That doesn't mean that you are not the one who is healing their heart. Just because of them giving you a hard time, they were hardening you. And God is softening you. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Thank you. They were hardening you and God is softening you again, okay? But those, again, the duality, okay? The duality, so you can learn the patience. And especially with God, we need to have patience, a lot of them, okay? Yeah, it needs to be in your attitude. It needs to be in your character, okay? But everything is a plan. It is gifted to you already. So everything, okay? It is within you. Within you. I'm feeling the energy, okay? You need to grab it, okay? Even though it's unknown, don't be afraid. Because again, the being afraid is just an illusion. Yeah. And God will work with you, of course, to lose the illusion. Okay. Just like God worked with me. No, after a dream, walking, maybe running in a dark maze. Okay. And then God woke me up. Illusion. Okay. Thank you, God. I understood. Okay. Right away, my lesson. This is how fast it can go as long as you are understanding. But then again, I was already further in my lesson, spiritual teaching, learned by Jesus, okay? Yeah. So, the unknown awaits you. And look at the lantern, okay? So there's always light. Even though you're standing there, okay? There's always light. You are that light, okay? Take it with you. You cannot just leave your light over here and go into the darkness. No, it is already a gift. Even going into the darkness is a gift, okay? Because you will learn there how to be challenged. And not only that, how to deal with the devil, how to deal with Satan. So you're not bothered anymore. Totally being stoicism, okay? Yeah, for men and for women. Yeah. That's the King of Swords. Let them think that you are being hardened, okay? Yeah, hardened. Soft heart, okay? Soft heart. You are giving because you are a giver by nature. Everything what you have, yeah, is within reach, I'm hearing, okay? Everything what you have is within reach. This one. Within reach. Yeah. Almost ending this reading, okay? Yeah. Remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. And I talked about it. Yeah, because this, again, what was it again? Life's a promise. Not life's a bitch. Yeah, and thinking, yeah, about that, okay? And you know the quote, life's a bitch and then you die. No. Life's not a bitch, okay? No. We're thinking that we are being bitched. But those, yeah, by people, by the demon, by Satan, okay? By the evil in them. That's their choice, okay? They made. Your choice is something different because you made that promise. Again, life's promise. And when people are not recognizing and they are still sleeping, being unconscious, yeah, I saw an image, okay? Yeah, boxing, okay? Yeah, here, over here, yeah, on the head. Yeah, hitting someone hard, okay? Until you are laying there unconscious, okay? Yeah, that is what God is talking about. You don't want to live an unconscious life. That's hard enough. That is hell, okay? Believe me, that is hell on earth. Hellbound, yeah. And you don't want to do that, especially not as a light worker. Those people, the other ones, will not know, okay, what you are talking about because they will not be lifted up, I'm hearing, okay? Again, it's not their time, okay? They need to be living in their illusions for a while. I'm not sure in this lifetime, in another lifetime. But again, it's not up to you, okay? God showed, okay, you to them who you are. Because again, you are his child. You are his light worker. You have the task to do, okay, to make a better world, okay? And they didn't got it. Yeah, they're not understanding the God's plan. How, again, level of perception. Their truth, yeah, against your truth, okay? And between, there's always a truth. There's always your truth, yeah. So, yeah, take it out, resonates, okay, yeah. There's always your truth, yeah. Check in with your body and release any tension you are carrying. Because when we are fucking up our own mind, okay, thinking, and we are not letting God in, okay, that is where Satan is coming in, okay? Because that is the evil lurking in. And that's why God is not only hardening you, also softening you after that, okay? Yeah. Setting boundaries, okay? Loving yourself, because everything is about duality. Yeah. Loving yourself, not hating on yourself, okay? Yeah. But going into the darkness, going to find your light back again, okay? Yeah. Until you are balanced with everything, okay? Feminine, masculine, because we all need that energy within ourselves, okay? Balance within the feminine and the masculine, until you know that you are balancing yourself, that you are balancing your life, that you are transforming your life, okay? Each and every single time of that day. Again, life's a promise. Life's not a bitch, okay? We are making a bitch out of it because we are working with Satan. At one point, we were not paying our sins, okay? Yeah. We're not doing anything about our sins. Until God came, you resonating with God, you being sensible towards God's thought and understanding his plan. Yeah. Going into spirituality, okay? Yeah. Again, I'm a spiritual person who believes in God. Yeah. Yeah. tell that to a religion or a religious person, okay? Yeah, yeah. But I am understanding every truth, okay? Every truth. Every truth. That is what will happen when God is working, the universe is working, okay? You being a spiritual being, you will understand everything and everyone, okay? Yeah. Not that you need to, not to need to set boundaries towards some people on this planet, okay? Because we need to, okay? And sometimes we don't want to forgive another human being because, again, doing the black magic, especially towards the light worker, okay? And especially the narcs living in hell. Yeah. And not wanting to compromise with you because they liked that you are giving and giving and giving and giving some more, okay? Yeah. But not anymore. Yeah. Check in with your body and release any tension you are carrying. So, no more, okay? Life's a promise. Do not. Again, life's not a bitch. And then you die. And then, what did you do with your life? Okay? I hate that quote. Life's a bitch and then you die. But there's something, again, from the unconscious, okay? Living. Not my reality. It will never be my reality ever, ever, ever again. Because your reality, your truth, the soul, when you are connecting with your soul, okay? Whoa. You will see and feel someone's soul, okay? Yeah. Not their ego. Because they are living an ego-based life. And that's why the sins, the pride, you know what, okay? Yeah. Thank you for being here with me again, okay? Yeah. Yeah. I will never forget you, I'm hearing. I will, maybe one person, okay? I will never forget you. Especially, of course not. Of course they cannot forget you because you are giving your light, okay? You are giving your light. 5-5. While you were changing yourself. While they were giving you the drama, okay? Yeah. Forgiving? Yeah. But yourself, okay? Not them. Of course, you need to be forgiving them also. Otherwise, you cannot move forward, okay? Yeah. But not forgetting, okay? Yeah. Because when we are forgetting, that's why most of the narcs are waiting so long to come back into your life and thinking that you forgot the whole scenery, okay? No, 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 no. No, you remember every detail what they have been doing, okay? Yeah. Yeah, everything, okay? That's why. But we need to be in balance, okay? We are not forgetting, but God is making sure that you are getting your balance and that you are healing yourself, okay? Thank you again for watching, okay? Love you all. Peace be with you. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, everything what you can do, okay? Again, we are learning from each other, okay? Until next time, until next video. Bye-bye.